I straight put it down and I'm repping the brown. And fuck all the haters that's running them out. They ain't about shit, they just love talking loud. Cause they know I'm a hoodstar, they're chasing the clout. I brush it away and I stick to my route. I'm moving on up and fuck all of the doubts. A hoodstar, a G, and I'm repping it proud. A hoodstar, a G, and I'm repping it proud. Straight for the raza, so bump it out loud. I straight put it down and I'm repping the brown. And fuck all the haters that's running them out. Cause they ain't about shit, they just love talking loud. They know I'm a hoodstar, they're chasing the clout. I brush it away and I stick to my route. I'm moving on up and fuck all of the doubts. A hoodstar, a G, and I'm repping it proud. Straight for the raza, so let it bump loud.
You are now watching M.O.D Entertainment, Hoodstar.
What up, G-Life? This right here is Pico, Rivera. The city of Pico, Rivera, located right here in LA County in the southeast, of LA County is where it's located at. Now, Pico, Rivera is, a more upper class neighborhood, but still within the ghettos of Los Angeles. Even though it's a little bit more expensive, to live in these areas. Don't ever get it twisted. It's very gang infested. It goes down right here, homie. Like I have said, don't ever judge an area based on the way it looks, cause looks do deceive. Cause Pico, Rivera is known to some of LA County's most active, neighborhoods. Neighborhoods like Pico Viejo, Pico Rivera, Pico Nuevo, Jardín. Neighborhoods that are well established, that have been here already for a cool minute. You know what I mean? They're old school. Very well known, very well respected. Like I said, just because the area may look like a little bit more nicer than let's say South Central or East LA. Like I said, don't ever get it twisted. You could ask anybody. You can never judge an area based on the way it looks. That would be a foolish mistake. You know what I mean, to do, because these neighborhoods are with the business. You know what I mean? They don't play around right here in Pico Rivera. And the reason why we're here is because this is home to Chicano legend, rest in peace, rest his soul, Slow Pain. Slow Pain is coming out of the Pico Rivera area. It's where he was brought up, where he ran around with his homies and did his thing. Who he associated himself with, because Slow Pain's family is from, the barrio Pico Viejo, like his family, his mother, his father, and Pico Viejo being, one of Pico Rivera's old school, dangerous neighborhood, that hold it down. You know what I mean? Their territory alone stretches from what's Paramount Boulevard, and from Paramount Boulevard, it extends all the way to Rialto Street, and from Rialto Street all the way to Gillington Road, and from Gillington Road I would say all the way to the San Gabriel River Parkway, so where that's at, and all through Friendship Avenue. So what's near Pico Park, Durfee, that extends right there throughout their neighborhood, and Beverly as well, which is a vast chunk of territory that we're talking about here. You know what I mean? That the Pico Viejo, hold down. These guys ain't no joke. And this is the neighborhood in which his family was from, his mother, his father, and stuff like that. Now, Slow Pain himself, though, tended to associate himself with the Pico Rivera gang, which is, the Rivera 13, Rivera Viejos, also how you see it up, which is another notorious neighborhood within this area. One of, if not the largest neighborhood in, Pico Rivera. The guys are just massive, ruthless, hold it down with an iron fist, and put in work. These guys are no joke. You know what I mean? And this is who Slow Pain would associate himself with throughout his career, in his music. You hear him mention both Pico Viejo and Pico Rivera, the Rivera and all his homies and stuff like that, because that's who he was always rolling around with and associating himself with, ever since a child, well, since his upbringing, because it's the area in which he comes from. He did come out of the gutter, the ghetto, to make something, to make a name for himself in Chicano rap. Not only in Chicano rap, but in rap in general, because he didn't only rap with Chicano rappers, because he's worked with, I think, almost all of them, you know what I mean? From the Little Robs to the Kid Frost to the Lighter Shade of Browns to the to Mr. Shadow to High Power to, I think, every Chicano rapper that is well known, you know what I mean, that people that hear about. Slow Pain was magnificent. He was musically inclined, not only in like selecting his beat, building his tracks, because that's something that's very important when it comes to music. He had the eye for it, or should I say the ear for it. Not that many people know this, but actually Slow Pain was actually signed to Ruthless Records, to Eazy-E's label. He was a part of that, you know what I mean? That's where he released his first album, was with Ruthless. That is the company in which he was under. It was the Baby OG album. You know what I mean? That was his first album that he put out, which was dropped in 1995, was the first album that, he released, which is the Baby OG. And then he had a bunch of collabs as well. So it wasn't just, it wasn't just his solo albums, but he created an empire, his own label. You had the Old Town Mafia, was the name of his camp, which he did have a lot of artists, that he worked with, from Little Minor, all the way to Little Demon to Big Bandit, several individuals, that he did his music thing with, you know what I mean? Like I said, he has so much collaborations, solo albums, and all of that. Like, when I say that he was definitely musically inclined, is because he definitely had the skills, you know what I mean? Working on several projects. I have to say that he had, if not one of the best Chicano rap careers, that there is, you know what I mean? When it comes to the Chicano, because in 1995 he dropped the Baby OG. In 2001 he dropped Little Don Juan, which was under the Showtime Entertainment. He dropped in 2003. He dropped Raider for Life, which was under Thump Records. Then he dropped the OG Silent Giant Entertainment is the one that did that one in 2008. And then he came out with Slow Pain Presents Old Town Gangsters, which was in 2001. In 2002 he came out with Slow Pain Presents Old Town Mafia. This is for the Raza. And then also in 2002 he brought out Slow Pain Presents Old Town Gangsters Part 2 Hood Patrol. And then in 2004 he brought out Slow Pain Presents Old Town Radio, which was another one. 2004 he dropped another project called Slow Pain Old Town Gangsters 3 LA Blues. Then in 2005 he released In the Hood. 2007 he released The Cali King. 2007 he also released Old Town Gangsters Game Over. You know what I mean? So that's already, several albums. And then like collaboration albums, you had in 1992 he released The Town I Live In, with Little V, Bandit, and Street Mentality, which is the name of their group, which was Little V, Bandit, and Slow Pain. And then in 1999 there was a Crime Stories by Dino Brown, him and ALT. They dropped that one together. Which all of these albums are phenomenal. In 2000 he also released G's of the Industry with Nino Brown. And then in 2001 he released Gangsters for Life with Nino Brown and ALT, and the G Fellas. Then in 2006, he released Old Town Mafia. The saga continues with Little Minor, Sniper, and Big Bandit. And then in 2000, he released The Hit List. And then in 2004, he released the Raza Knockout Hits with Nino Brown. So they also had that. And he had a lot of singles from Saturday Night Ballin' to Dump That Ass with Kid Frost and AOT on that one. You had Ride With Me. You had Slow Pain Baby, Money. You had Hustle Ain't Dead, and from Hustle Ain't Dead, you had Money Made, Dreaming on Chrome, Insane Southside In, Brown Love. So he had several singles that he was a part of. You know what I mean? Like I said, his career was really good. You know, from being signed with Eazy to working with A Lighter Shade of Brown, to working with Kid Frost, Eazy, Too Short, Above the Law. You know, he worked with so many not only Chicano legends but rap legends in themselves because they recognized his talent. He was able to beatbox, build beats. The individual had so much talent and had such a good career, and not only that, I do recommend all his albums. All his albums have songs that I know that people out there will dig. You guys need to peep it out. He passed away, you know, R.I.P. to him. You know, he passed away of hepatitis C. He had health problems, so you know, I'm pretty sure that his family still get the royalties for his albums because he was very, you know, not only musically inclined, but he was a business genius. You know, he knew how to build in his empire and you know, he knew his way around the game. You know, he's a name that, you know, like I said, you know, he's worked with Too Short, Eazy, you know, Daz, you know, Above the Law with rap legends. You know what I mean? He was considered, you know, a West Coast rap legend, not just Chicano rap. You know what I mean? To us, that's what he's seen. But no, he was even, you know, because he got radio play. Like I said, he built his empire, his rap label. All his CDs are all good. But the one I do recommend the most, if I had to choose, if you told me choose one album of his to recommend, I probably would choose Raider for Life. That one was really really good. And that I'm not a Raiders fan. And that one, and also I would recommend Old Town Gangsters. That and the Hood Patrol. Those albums right there are man. Those shits are West Coast gangster shit. You know what I mean? But he has all kinds of music for everyone. For those who just hustle or for those that just pimp it, or though he had music for everybody. For those who just want to kick back and smoke one up, or drink one up, or barbecue, he made music for everybody. Like I said, he was very musically inclined. He knew how to bring it. It had that West Coast feel to it, like a Daz, like a Corrupt, like a Snoop Dogg, like that kind of feel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what he was spitting. He was bringing it. You know what I mean? That's why he was recognized by all these West Coast legends, because they knew this guy he beatboxed. He did it all, my boy. He did it all. He did it all. I'm not just putting too much tapatio on his name. He was a legend. You know what I mean? Maybe not so lyrically, like he wasn't like a lyrical, you know, he wasn't so lyrical when it came to a beat, but what he knew how to do, he knew how to do very well, which is build tracks, build a rola, make it feel how he wanted it to feel. He knew his way around music. He knew how to do his thing. You get what I'm saying? He was, you know, like I said, he was one of the all-time greats, you know, coming out of right here, Southeast, you know, out of Pico, Rivera right there, you know, putting it down for Rivera. He knew how to bring that gangster shit because, you know, he lived it, he seen it, you know, his whole family's from it. Like I said, he came out of this world. That's why it comes off, you know, with that feel to it. You get what I'm saying? And so he made something, you know, out of himself. You know, sadly, you know, his life was, you know, cut short. But if you peep out his albums, I'm pretty sure his family gets the royalties and everything like that. And you know, I'm about to react to one of the tracks so you guys get a vibe. For those who have never heard Slow Pain's music, I'll get, you know, you guys can get a feel of what I'm talking about. But the individual definitely had a lot of talent. Definitely put Raza up there. Definitely was doing his thing, homie. You know what I'm saying? I know he doesn't get, you know, shown as much love as, you know, as if he would have been black, I guarantee you he would have been popping. But since he's Mexican, he was only able to pop as much as people were allowing it to. That's not a conspiracy theory. It's not. Those are facts, homie. Those are facts. How they hold down the raza. Even somebody of his caliber of talent should have been way on top of the ladder than what he was. Eazy-E seen it, and a few other great legends seen it. Yet the industry, just because of the way he looked and his background, even though Crips and Bloods, they're fine with them, being allowed in the industry, and even like the white gangs, in there, seems that the raza, for some odd reason, the doors just keep remaining closed for us. It's awfully odd, and funny, I think. But that's just my opinion. He had a lot of talent. Peep out his music. There's so much to choose from. Like I said, he had such a good career, from the Baby OG to Little Don Juan to Raider for Life to the OG to Old Town Mafia to This Is for the Raza to Hood Patrol to Old Town Radio to LA Blues to The Hood to the Cali King to Game Over to Old Town Radio Volume 2 to Street Mentality to Crime Stories to, like I said, there's so much material there to work with. It's not even funny, with all kinds of hits and collabs. And man, the individual did his thing. You won't regret it. I know what I'm talking about. Peep out his music. You get it on Amazon and all that. I'm pretty sure his family gets the royalties, help, his name continuing flowing on, and the raza get some recognition. And but yeah, that's what's up with Chicano rap's legend, Slow Pain, who he was, and how he came in the game, with his label, how he brought it up. He was, beatboxing out there, freestyling for backyard parties. DJs were spreading the word about this individual who was doing his thing. Eazy got caught wind of it, brought him aboard. Sadly, though, Eazy passed away. So when Lighter Shade of Brown and Old Town signed to him, about like 3 weeks later, Eazy ended up passing. So they kind of had to go independent, go to Thump Records and everything like that. But Eazy was able to recognize the talents, and then others came along like Above the Law, Too Short, that peeped it out, because homie did have Sugar Free and all of them. That's how skillful he was, you know what I mean? That's why the word traveled on his name, because he was spitting it. But I'm just saying, peep out his albums, and R.I.P. to Slow Pain right there, that came out of the southeast city of Pico, Rivera. I'm putting Rivera up on the map. But yeah, that's what's up. So for people to get a vibe, an idea of what kind of talents Slow Pain had and everything like that, here's one of the songs that is phenomenal by him, to for people to get an idea of how he brought it. So rest in peace to Slow Pain, and not only that, but rest in peace to my homie Husky from my barrio, because this was his jam. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Husky. Rap Street Winos right there. Yeah, that was a homie. This was his jam, so Slow Pain was doing his thing.
Look what I got. I mean, look at me. You got everything, man. I mean, come on. Look what I got.
Slow Pain does his thing.
Fucking diapers, man. I got fucking diapers. I shit my pants every day. I can't walk. I can't hum. Go ahead and kill me, you cocksucker. You see?
Gangsta, dog.
Everywhere that I go, every show that I flow, every hoe that I know, they call me slow, trick, but you can call me pain. When I'm up in the club, I'm just doing my thing. Stacey Adams on the dance floor, fucking it up. Great stuff, Jackies with a gangster cut. Toothpick in my earlobe, throwing it up. Southside LA is so rough, so good. Reaping late night, got a kite full of dirty. Meet me at the G spot and bring the 30-30. East Slopes, West Coast, gangster from the old town. Payback to bitches while I love my 30 round. Hit the block, burning rubber, Glock getting busy. Loud rings in my ear, got me dizzy. It's just part of the game. Crazy life on the streets, it's too fucking deep. That's why I don't sleep, bitch.
Ooh, that gangsta vibe on me. I'm that boy, you gotta feel this, dog. You gotta feel this. You gonna tell me this is not some Dash Dillinger, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre type shit? Get out of here. This is not exhibit type levels type shit. They hate on the raza. If this shit was on a Death Row album, people wouldn't even be able to tell. Y'all haters. It's on Dog Pound gangster type shit. People hate on the raza. I swear to God. She gets me mad. They hating on the Bronx. Oh man, control.
I did what? I slapped this bitch last week and beat her ass 10 times for talking loud in the street. I did what? I hit this fool on the streets and popped his ass 5 times for acting like an OG. Pain on me, the scandalous one. And I never leave my pad without packing a gun. They hating on me, cause I'm getting the bread. And I got that baby mama sprung giving me head. If you hate on me, it's at your risk for me, cause I'm straight out G. Mr. Kiss and I be on QV. Oh, damn, my VLG. I can't see something my heat now. Hear me beat
Mamma mia.
Banging on your weak crowd, banging with your friend now. Oh, because you wanna play with a G. Thought you knew I'm a fool, don't be sleeping on me.
Watching you. Alright, they gonna hook it up. And that's Slow Pain. Peep out his albums. I'm pretty sure, rest in peace to him. Pretty sure his family gets the royalties. My boy, they hate on the raza, huh? Y'all see it. They hate on the raza. You know if that would have been on the Chronic, 2000 or an Exhibit CD or Dog Pound, it fits right perfect with them. People wouldn't be able to tell. They would be grooving to. They hate on the raza, my boy. They hate on the raza. There's no way around it, homie. They can say whatever they want. My boy, I know the truth. They haters, dog. They hate on the Brown. Peep out his album. Rest in peace, Slow Pain. Rest in peace to my homie Husky from my barrio. Hey, El Shadow, yeah.